What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Previous Vlogs. My name is Paul. Alright, so today I'm actually kind of excited today. It is part one of a 2-video series that I'm making here for this for the actual Vsport. We are actually finally going to be installing the Justin Schmidt or the Schmidty tune that everybody's been talking about on the Vsport page for this vehicle. Now, this goes for ATSs, ATSVs, and the CTS Vsport. Of course, he does a lot of all the GMs from what I was told. So, I mean, go ahead and hit him up. I have his information and contact info, pretty much his email, and you can ask him what kind of vehicles he does. I know he does a lot of GMs from what he told me, because I asked him about my 4Runner, and he said, or even my wife's Pathfinder, he said he does more of GMs. So, go ahead and hit him up. He'll let you know exactly what kind of cars he does. But I do know he does the LF3 and the LF4s. He tunes these cars, and supposedly a really good job about it. But anyways, so that's what we're going to be starting. Part 1 video today. So in today's video, it's going to be on how to set up the MPVI2 to your computer. You're going to need this when you're doing Justin Smith tune, because you need to be able to read, write the files, and log the files. And this little thing here does all that. It helps you do all that with ease. And we're going to set this up. So it's basically going to be a detailed kind of video of how to set everything up with your computer to get it ready, so you can able to actually log the vehicle, read and write the car for the tunes. Now, Justin Schmidt does send you an email. Once you contact him and you're ready to get the car tuned, he does send you an email with also detailed instructions, but there is no video out there specifically for how to set everything up for this. Now, there are videos for the MPVI2, how to set everything up to get ready to tune and everything else, but we're doing it for Justin Schmidt and exactly what he wants and what he actually sends you to set everything up with. Now, the car has already been set up as well. Spark plugs have been changed. Justin Smith recommends NGKs. The link for those will be in the description as well. Gap to 0.026, so they have to be gapped at 0.026. So spark plugs have been done, and also the intercooler has been bled. Now, I have a video on the trifecta tune where I did the spark plugs. So if you guys want to see that, I actually have the link in the time in the description below, and linking that video and time of when to do the spark, or how to do the spark plugs. If you want to know how to do the intercooler bleeding, I suggest you check out Jet Fuel's only channel. He's got an awesome video on how to bleed the intercooler on the V-Sports. So now let's go down to the office and get everything set up. Now, one thing before we get down there, I will say, here's what you need. You're gonna need a Windows computer or a Mac running Windows, or even a Surface Pro. It will not work on an iPad. It will not work on a regular Mac just running their OS. It has to be running Windows for you able to set this whole thing up and be able to read and write the car. So I do have a small computer that I bought for this was years ago, from a buddy of mine. He basically sold it to me for like $200. And it's a Windows computer, and it does its job. That's the only reason I use the computer, is to tune the car via with Trifecta and now with the Schmidty tune. So let's go ahead and get downstairs, and I'm going to show you guys basically step by step how to set up the MPVI. And then again, tomorrow's video will be just my initial reaction. Trifecta runs, we'll do a trifecta run, a stock run, and then of course logging and do a Justin Schmidt run, of course, before and after. So it's kind of a before and after video for that. So let's go ahead and go downstairs. Alright, so before we get anything started with the car, after you do the spark plugs and after you do, of course, after you bleed the intercooler, make sure it's all set and ready to go. Spark plugs are in and everything. Car's running good. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the HP tuners. Now, let's just go ahead and do an unboxing while I have it here. So, it's the HP tuner right there. Pretty much this is the main thing we're looking for. So, I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up. And that's what dropped out of the floor there, which is the little USB, which is what we're going to use to pretty much save all the data to transfer it to the computer. Some literature. First, use how to download, where to go to download everything and register the device. A USB-C cable with a USB to USB-C. Some stickers, of course, like every other company sends you. HP tuners. I think one is blue and one is black. The actual MPVI that we need. Now just make sure when you buy these, you buy the ones with 2 credits. You're gonna need the 2 credits to be able to work on the car. If you have no credits, you're gonna have to buy credits. They're about $49.99 per credit. All right, so let's go ahead and get this registered. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. All right, so first things first, when you guys contact Justin, he will send you the link to come into this website for HP tuners, or you just go to hptuner.com/downloads, and this is the one you gotta download. Now, I already have that downloaded into my computer. This is the actual HP tuners right here. There's the editor, and that's the scanner. This is what's gonna scan. We're gonna use this when we get everything registered to scan the car, to log all the data that he needs. And the editor is gonna be the one that writes and reads everything as well. All right, after you download the actual download of the VCM suite, the beta version, which again, it was this one right up here, that right there. Next thing you're gonna do is download the drivers for your MPV2. It's gonna download this one right here, not this one, because this is download the MPV, the regular one. This is the MPV2 that we're using. So we're gonna download this. So this pretty much downloads, opens a file. I already did this on my computer as well. It just downloads like any other program or anything like that. Just downloads a file, open it up, and it does everything on its own. It's gonna ask you for a bunch of permissions and stuff like that, depending on your security settings on your computer. Once that is done, before we do any registering of the device or anything like that, we're gonna go ahead and go back to the email. Now, Justin sent you 2 of these files here. One is a layout and one is a Vsport channel. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna go down. Now, I already did one of them. I'm gonna show you how to do the other one in its exact same way. Right in here, we're gonna open up the scanner. On the scanner, what you wanna open up is layout. Now, those files he sent you, you wanna save them. Make sure you know where you're saving them, because if you don't, you're gonna be looking for them. Again, these are these files right here, the layout and the channel. So let's say this one right here, we're gonna go ahead and hit that. We're gonna hit save. And it's under desktop, it says Vsport layout final. So it's gonna be under documents. So we're gonna go ahead and hit save for that. We're gonna go back into our scanner, and you're gonna go out to layout. So this is the layout it has. Normally you'll see like gauges in here. That's usually what you normally see. But once you do that, it'll change to this layout. So the layout's already been put on, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do that again. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and go back to the email. Now, of course, you could do this all in one shot and save everything. Again, I'm just doing this to show you guys. And hit save on this one. That's for the channels. And there's our Vsport channel. We're gonna go ahead and documents. Now I have a folder that I actually made for these. It is an extra step, but I just keep it clean that way. That way I keep everything in order. And we're gonna save it into that folder. You don't have to make a folder. I did it just for my own references. We're gonna go back right over here to our scanner. We're gonna go up to this folder with the gear right in here and open channel configurations. Then it's gonna look for it. We're gonna go into our documents. It should be right in here. Right there, channel. That's the one I just saved from the email. I click on that and when I hit open. All right, so that is it. That is configured. So now this whole thing here has been configured to what is gonna be able to log for, or how he wants it to log pretty much. So it's all set up the way he wants it. So when everything logs in and you send him the file, this is how the layout he likes. That's pretty much what this is, and that's what you want to do. And you want to make sure you get this, because if not, if you send him in the old layout, I'm not sure if he's able to, read it out the same way or anything. But this is exactly what he wants. He's able to see now acceleration position, throttle position, clutch pedal position. These are the things he wants that he's going to be configuring on your car. Same thing with spark, advanced fuel pressure, O2 sensor, left and right bank trims, and all that stuff. So this is exactly what he wants and what he's going to be working with. All right, so once you have the whole setup here, we're going to go ahead and register our MPVI, and that'll be the next step before we go out to scan the car. Alright, back in here. Now, to register the device, we're gonna go ahead and go into, I have to sign up, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. It's gonna be off camera because I gotta enter passwords and everything. But you're gonna go down here to sign up. And then you get this sign up screen in here, and of course it tells you to sign up, email address and everything. And again, I'll do this off camera. And again, sorry for not doing the screen recording. I normally work on Macs, not on Windows computers, so I have no idea how to screen record on the Windows. I Googled it and I need some kind of Xbox Microsoft account, which I don't have really. But anyways, let me go ahead and do this, and I'll get back and show you guys the rest, how to register the whole device. Alright, so once you get to this point here, you've registered already, so I'm already all registered. My name displays right up there, but of course, where it says my devices, there are none because I haven't registered the device yet. So it's asking for a serial number and your verification. Now your serial number is also in the back of the device, but since we need to register it here and we need to get this verification ID, we're gonna go ahead and open up the editor, the VCI editor, which is this right here. Now with the OBD2 scanner connected through USB, you're gonna go ahead and go right up here to help and verification code, and it should download it. And these are your serial numbers and your verification codes to register your device. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't, that doesn't come up for you, you're gonna go to help, resync interface, and it'll resync the interface, submit a request, and then you should have those codes come up on there for you. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna take verification codes. We're gonna take this, we're gonna right click and copy. And we're gonna go to right here, and that was the verification code. We're gonna go ahead and paste it in there. And now we're gonna go back into this thing, back into the editor. And now we're gonna copy and paste the serial number. And then hit import. Don't worry about the notes area or anything like that. This should register your device, just like that right there. So that's my device right there. And now it has 2 credits. Once that is done, we are ready to go and scan the car. Alright, so now that we have the VMI2 set up, the account is set up, and everything is downloaded to the computer, the scanner and the data logger and everything. So now we're ready to take this computer out with the scanner, and pretty much you're gonna use it just like that. You're gonna hook, of course, the scanner to the OBD2 in the car, take your computer out with everything, and go out, plug it into the car, and start scanning. Now, of course, what Justin wants is a stock tune on the car, pretty much set it back to stock, and he wants at least 10 minutes or so of driving. So you're gonna start the car up, go drive it, get some wide open throttle, get some pulls on the car. So he wants to read everything, how the car is acting before he starts calibrating anything for the car. First thing with this car though, my car, I do have to take off the trifecta tune and set it back to stock before I do that, so we'll go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll go ahead and start logging. Alright, so we got the trifecta cable hooked up, and this thing is ready. I'm just gonna select stock just to make sure we do that. We're gonna set the car into diagnosis mode, pretty much by hitting the power button for about 5 seconds. All the lights will come on in your dash just like that. And that's ready. And then we're gonna hit accept. Always double check that VIN. So, yep, that's my VIN. Make sure that matches. Hit accept. Now it's going to be reading the files. For now, I'm just going to close the door. We'll let it read the files. Just soon as it gets through right there, it's gonna basically read and write everything back to stock. And then I'll be back once that's all set. Alright, so everything completed. Everything is back to shut the car off, unplug everything. We'll go ahead and pull the laptop out. Set it in my mess of a counter over here. Bunch of crap everywhere here. And let's start it up. Make sure that everything's running the way it should be. You guys must have known, if you guys done a trifecta tune before, when everything kind of is finishing with 98, 97, 98% around there. Bunch of messages popping up: service differential, service transmission, service lighting system. Sir, you want to make sure all that goes out, because once that happened to me when I was actually tuning the car with trifecta and it didn't go out and it's finished and all this stuff was still there, the car ran like crap. It pretty much didn't finish writing the file properly. But so right now it finished, everything shut off. I turned everything back off. You get that one at first. Car seems like it's running good. Let's see, make sure there's no lights on. No check engine lights. Everything's good. Let's go for a drive just to make sure we're all good here, and back to stock. Alright, so now we're gonna start and go ahead and reading some files. First, we need to save the stock file for the car. So we're gonna go ahead and pretty much connect everything just like we did here. It's pretty much self-explanatory what we gotta connect. And we're gonna go to the editor, which is of course the monkey wrench one. Gonna open that up. And we're gonna go right in here into Flash. And it's gonna say read vehicle. Now before we read the car, you want to start up the car just like we did with the trifecta to get it out. Hold the button for 5 seconds. For pretty much everything to come on, all your lights. And then we're gonna hit read vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and read. So we gotta read again the ECM and TCM only, not the CCM, which is the first two, 1 and 2. We're gonna go ahead and read those two. All right, so once you're done reading the stock tune, you wanna make sure you put something and put it somewhere in your computer where you're gonna remember where it's at. So I have it right in there under my documents. Stock tune Vsport, it was read today. That's what we gotta send Justin to look at, basically, to make sure everything's good with that. But you wanna make sure you save that as well. So we're gonna send Justin a copy, and we're gonna save another copy for ourselves, because that's the stock tune for the car in case we need to go back to that. Now, they did give you that little USB driver that comes with it. I'm probably gonna take the stock tune and the tune he sends when we're finalized with everything and save it into that little driver, because they could go anywhere with you and it could be just stored somewhere in case your computer ever gets lost or something like that. You'll have that little USB. But anyways, right now that's done. I'm gonna actually make another copy of that, and then I'm gonna send a copy to Justin, and then I'll wait for his response. All right, so once we did that, I sent him the stock file already. If that was the first thing, now we're gonna go ahead and log some data. Now he wants some data logged as you're driving the car stock, so we're gonna just drive it around for a little bit, then get some wide open throttle pulls on the car, maybe 1 or 2. You got to make sure that the engine is at operating temperature as well. He wants to make sure everything's running properly with the car as well before he does his tune. To actually activate this when you start the car, you can just hit the space bar and it should read right away. So let's start up the car. Hit the space bar. It's doing its thing there. Just pretty much detecting everything. It's just reading every single sensor in the car that he's gonna need to tune at this point. All right, and we are recording. So you see all those numbers just popped up there? Now we are recording. So I'm gonna get off camera here. Pretty much you're gonna go and drive the car. Again, he will tell you what he needs in the email, but I'm gonna go drive the car for a little bit and come back and just give him some data that he needs. All right, so he's already sent me back the first tune right there. It's my name, tune 1. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna open up that email. You're gonna save this. You know, I've already done this already, but you want to save this to somewhere you're gonna remember. In my sense, it's actually under Documents, and it's under Documents Vsport channel. So he actually saves it for you under the Vsport channel. That's where you're gonna want to go when you're looking this up. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna open up the editor, the HP Tuners editor, which is this one right here. That's the one with the little wrench. And then you're gonna click here, which is the file. You're gonna find it in Documents, Vsport channel. Open that up. And there it is, tune 1. And you're gonna open that up. Once that opens up, it is ready. You're gonna go up here to Flash and write the vehicle, but of course now we have to hook it up to the car. So let's go ahead and hook this up to the car and then write the new file that he sent us. All right, so once you got the computer and the scanner hooked up, we're gonna go ahead and put the keys in the car. And same thing, hold the start button for about 5 seconds. All right, so that's all coming on there. You're gonna go ahead and hit right. It's gonna give you this. It's gonna show you your credits. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and click on specific for the do not license right here. That's your license. Hit OK. And hit yes. And now I'm gonna go ahead and write the calibration. Then it's gonna start writing. It should be pretty quick with this one. I'll be back when it's done to let you know exactly how long it took. Okay, well, completed. Literally took less than a minute. That was actually pretty quick. It's a lot quicker than the trifecta tune on there. It's all set. We'll shut this off. Car be shut off. We'll unplug the computer from it. Actually, I should have kept it plugged in because we do have to do a run real quick and then log what the new tune does. So give me a few minutes here. I'm gonna get everything set up. So we're gonna go do this one run and then log that run and send it back to him so he could see how it's doing, and then he'll make any adjustments needed after that. All right, so that's it. We're all done. It is all installed, ready to go. Of course, you guys already saw a glimpse of me tuning the car pretty much, and the next video will have everything. Of course, by the time this video comes out, the car will be all done and ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. The tutorial goes for any manufacturer. It doesn't matter what you're using. It's the HP tuner, the MPVI, the way to set it up and download everything. The only difference may be on the person tuning it. Their channels and their layout may be different. Of course, they may send you different layouts. Depends if you're doing a remote tune. If you're taking to a shop, then they'll probably set it up all there. So again, that is the way Justin likes to see the layout of everything, how he's got it set up for our CTS and ATSs. And that's it. That's pretty much the whole setup. And again, I hope you guys liked the video, the tutorial, and it helped you guys some here. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be pretty much my reaction from going from the trifecta to the stock tune and then to the Justin Schmidt tune, and see how that turns out. So again, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on my next video.